the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Steelers and the Bills coming up next.
Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, we punch the second of two tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They're led out by the second-year pro out of Pitt, looking for a big jump in year two, Kenny Pickett.
Any more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Pickett now from the gun here. It's brought in by Harris. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up second down. Well, Charles, you think about their impressive record, and then you look on the screen and see some of these injuries. That makes what they've done all that more impressive.
And when one of their starters or one of their key guys can't play, they miss him, but they just say, get well. We'll hold the fort until you get back, and the next person steps up into that void. This team has done a nice job all year long. No excuses, just performance.
Now a 3rd and 6. Here's Pickett. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Of course, he's coming off that monster game in their wild card victory, but that's his first catch here in the divisional round. Pickett now on first down. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Pat Freiermuth, 38 yards. And the Steelers are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. On the return, Deontay Hardy. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
A throw over the middle, taken in. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. 3rd and 8. Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The tackle made by Landon Roberts. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. 2nd and goal from the 1. Cook will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round. On the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for their first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers. Deontay Hardy back deep. This is brought in at the 21. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 2nd quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see some...
There he goes, left side. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. 65 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. And Mr. Reliable shows those legs again here in the playoffs.
And what do coaches tell us all the time? In the playoffs, the team that runs the football well will win the game and ultimately be a champion. They're trying to prove that fact today.
Setting the tone on the ground. 1st down, and they go back to Harris. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Harris fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up, but I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
They'll try to run with Harris. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And here come the Bills. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how often does that team that's been playing before win game 1? Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. But it's a one-shot deal like the NFL. That's critical. Because now you come in and you get the momentum, you can take them out in that one game and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover and they're usually the better team.
Well, they better halt that momentum on the other side quickly or this might be their last game. Here's 2nd and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
A good pick up there, 26 yards.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run again with Harris. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Damian Harris, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are back within a score.
They've got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Pickett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He finds his man, complete. It's Pearson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Looking to throw, Pickett. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Pickett, he's going to throw it again. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Allen going to go on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. On the give, this is Harris. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go until halftime. On 2nd down, here's Allen. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown. A great play there as the is winding down, and the Bills are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the third quarter. So they can potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Olszewski now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This fourth and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the Ravens who get the win at home. J.K. Dobbins, a touchdown run in the victory. Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these two teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That run a first down pickup of 8. Here's Harris. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Bills. Deontay Hardy from 10 yards out. And the Bills have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Pickett back to the air on 2nd down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Now Pickett. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Hardy set to return. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And that will come the offense as they take over. Damian Harris of the Bills headed back out. He's had a good 3rd quarter. He likes whatever adjustments were made at halftime, whether those were team adjustments or just him talking to himself.
And whatever that conversation was, it was pretty good because he is running really well here in the 3rd quarter. But I like to think it is a team adjustment. Offensive line, those big escorts of his, they figured out how to block a little bit better. He's found those holes to run through.
He has indeed.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Up the middle, it's Cook. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Cook up the gut. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Down the left sideline. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are able to extend their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. We'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return, Hardy called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Offense returns to the field. There's the running back, the bruiser from Alabama, Damian Harris. Since emerging from the locker room at intermission, he's looked pretty sharp, hasn't he?
He's running in this 3rd quarter like he got the orange slices at the half.
Oh, yeah.
You remember when
he
we
got
were kids?
the orange slices, not the carrot stick.
Oh, boy.
There was always that mom, wasn't there?
There's always that mom. Wasn't yours, wasn't mine. All right, they brought the carrot sticks. But this guy, orange slices, and been reading the Surface tablet, watching the defenses, and he's made some nice adjustments.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. First down, here's the run with Cook. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 68 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
They run again on 1st down, Cook. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, it's Cook. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Bills 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bills are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Bass on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete there to Johnson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Here's Pickett. He finds his man, complete. It's Pearson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it's 2nd down. Pickett. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. The Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Pickett. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 2nd down and 3. Off play action, Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 31. From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
Some strong running. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 110 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They'll run with Cook. Breaks a tackle. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together?
And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On second down, Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. The Bills are moving on as we say so long, everybody. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.